What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome to the newest episode of the Realistic Rebuilds, where I am going with the most requested team from the last video's comment section. That is the Denver Broncos. And you may be saying, whoa, the last video, well, it was a Tampa Bay Buccaneers rebuild. We did win the Super Bowl, but of course, there was a copyright strike that came on that video for some music that I used. That I didn't like just use some. I didn't put some Bruno Mars banger in it. It was just the contract that I had with a royalty-free music company ran up, and I guess didn't get the memo. They struck it down. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna keep that Tampa Bay Buccaneers win on the record, and then the Bucs have been moved to the very end. So once we do all the other rebuilds, we're gonna finish up the series with a redo of the Bucs. Maybe I'm thinking we could use, try to force ourselves to make Jameis Winston good, because for those of you guys that actually watched that Bucs rebuild, spoiler alert, we got rid of Jameis Winston. So we are now here with the Denver Broncos. Is this going to be a fun rebuild? I don't know. There already been an update to Philip Lindsay, and he has no face. Doesn't even have like the normal oh, he's not in the game like this guy, Fala face. He just has no face. So that's interesting. Looking at the roster, though, interesting roster. We definitely need to sort out the quarterback situation sooner than later. Are we going to draft a QB right away? Maybe, depending who falls. We could look towards free agency. I don't know yet, but Case Keenum is not the option. We definitely want to get that contract off the books sooner than later. Philip Lindsay and Freeman. We have two really nice running backs here. Lindsay has been maybe a pleasant surprise. Then again, kind of shocked he went undrafted after he ran like a 4.3 something at his combine. I think he would have ran like one of the fastest, if not the fastest, 40-yard dash time for a running back. Had a lot of production at Colorado. Still went undrafted, so I guess kudos to the Denver Broncos for that one. God, someone make C4 a GM, huh? I would have drafted Philip Lindsay in like the 6th round. Royce Freeman's good as well, 22 with the quick dev. If we can keep both these guys developing and not lose their quick dev traits, that will be helpful. We have a decent fullback. Wide receivers, all right. Sick. We got Sunshine from Remember the Titans, or whatever movie that was. We got Daesean Hamilton, is not bad, but Courtland Sutton is our future here at the wide receiver spot, 77 with a quick dev. Manuel Sanders ain't bad, but he's old. He's 31, still got that quick dev. He's a nice little placeholder for the time being. We're doing this with the updated roster, so hopefully we have an additional draft pick from Houston. No? Is that the pick right there, the 5th rounder for Demaryius Thomas? I don't know. I thought it was something a little bit better than that. But either way, Demaryius Thomas is not in the roster, which is great. Tight end, we have Jake Butt, 23-76, normal dev, but he is pretty nice, so we'll see if we can grow and develop him there. Garrett Bowles is probably our most upside offensive lineman at the time, 78 quick. Leary's not bad, but he's too old. Paradis is not bad. Maybe Matt Paradis. We could ride the rails with him if he can, year 5, year 4, year 5 be in the low 80s. We could be set there. Everyone else is not great. Derek Wolfe. Shout out to Derek Wolfe. Girlfriend was a porn star. Awesome. I actually moved Bradley Chubb from an outside linebacker to a defensive end. I expect big things from him. 82 star. He should be a guy that can challenge for them gold gloves at the end of this 5-year rebuild. You know what I'm saying? That 99. Definitely need a new nose tackle. Not the youngest there. I mean, Shelby Harris, what's his dev trait looking like? Normal. Meh. We got Von Miller. It's going to be interesting to see how well he maintains that high rating throughout this rebuild. Middle linebackers, we got some guys, Linebacker Shaquille Barrett. We're actually going to give him the opportunity to start. 79 quick. I think he can develop and carve out a nice role for himself. Chris Harris is nice, but he's old. Bradley Roby is probably the only corner that's going to be on this roster long term. Justin Simmons, I'm seeing him develop into the 90s, so I'm very much looking forward to him doing that for me. And I did throw Darian Stewart up on the trade block because I want Sua Cravens to be our starter here. We actually have some good depth. Sua Cravens, Will Parks. I'm actually going to see if we can get anything from Will Parks on the trade market because he is just not going to play at all. Special teams is what it is, so it's just, we got to find a quarterback and get a little bit younger in some areas, but I don't think this is going to be too crazy of a rebuild to get Denver back to where they were when Peyton Manning was their quarterback, so let's get into it. All right, first up, we just made a trade here, manual trade. We sent Darian Stewart and the 5th round pick that I assume that's what we got from Demaryius Thomas to the Detroit Lions for A'Shawn Robinson, who is going to be our long-term option at that defensive tackle spot, where Robinson kind of got phased out by Snacks Harrison trade. He became available. Very good move, very good move. Pat myself on the back for this trade. Here's another trade that I was, all right, sure. Adam Goetz, young, 25, defensive end, just not going to be playing much with Bradley Chubb. Garyon Conley on the trade block from the Raiders. Made a sense. And the Raiders definitely wanted him more than we did. So, hey, we're going to take that deal 9 times out of 10. All right, so at the midway point of year 1, 4-3. A lot better than what I expected. We're getting the Case Keenum of Minnesota than we are the Case Keenum in real life right now of the Denver Broncos, which is all right, as we're second in the AFC West, only a game behind the Chargers, which is pretty cool. Looking at players we need to talk about in terms of negotiations, Matt Paradis, the center, the anchor of our offensive line. Okay, of course. Bradley Roby, young developing corner. Would be nice to have him. Very nice. Shaq Barrett, a guy that's perennial depth player on Denver, now has a starting role. Thank you very much. We have had Shane Ray on the trade block. No one wants him, which kind of stinks a little bit. Other than that, this is just a lot of depth guys that are going to be probably too expensive, so we're going to make sure we can re-sign Paradis, and then everyone else is going to go fend for themselves on the open market. And at the end of the season, look at the very top of your screen. That Week 17 loss, 18-6 to the Chargers, was massive, because that was pretty much for the AFC West divisional title. Looking at how, we'll just up at this, upgrading players. Daesean Hamilton was our big gainer with +3. I looked at it, made the Pro Bowl, and got a star dev increase, which is very, very huge considering we desperately need to try and rebuild our wide receiving core. He had a really good year. I think Janovich, our fullback, also made the Pro Bowl, so I don't think he had a dev trade increase. But, hey, there we go. Looks like Daesean Hamilton and Courtland Sutton can be our long-term options at wide receiver because, let's be honest, we're slowly going to be phasing out Emmanuel Sanders. Looking at our stats from the season, Case Keenum wasn't terrible. Had a lot of passing yards. That's not a bad year, man. If we cannot pull the trigger on a quarterback that we really, really want, I think we could have Case Keenum for one more year and not be terrible. 4,400 yards, almost 45, 29 touchdowns, 11 picks. That's not bad at all. Around the ball, we got 700 yards, 7 TDs from Lindsey, 305 from Freeman. That's actually not that bad for a tandem. I'm receiving front, Daesean Hamilton. As a rookie, my God, 77 catches, 1,400 yards, and 11 touchdowns. Do we have a new sim god on our hand? 1,108 from Sanders. That's a good year. Courtland Sutton with the disappointing numbers for sure. Jake Butt, 60 catches, 600 yards, 5 TD ain't bad. Philip Lindsey chipped in nicely in the receiving game. Brandon Marshall led the team with 108 tackles, 13 TFLs. We got, oh my God, Von Miller. Hats off to Vaughn. 24 tackles for loss, 12.5 sacks. We got 9 TFLs, 10.5 sacks from rookie Bradley Chubb. How did he not get an award? Come on. Not bad from Derek Wolfe as well. 18 TFLs, 10 sacks. So I like to see that. And a couple picks here. Definitely could have done better in getting turnovers in the secondary. Look at the yearly awards. MVP went to Matt Ryan. Maybe it wasn't a fluke the first year he did it. Offensive player of the year went to Phillip Rivers, with Case Keenum at 5. Like I said, man, it'd be nice if we get a quarterback, but Case Keenum's not playing terrible. Had a good year. Defensive player of the year went to Miles Jack. Von Miller coming in at 7. Offensive rookie of the year went to Baker Mayfield. Philip Lindsey at 3. Hamilton at 4. Freeman at 7. Our rookies. Courtland and Sutton at 10. So 4 of our rookies ended up on that short list, which is good. Good for the old confidence. My boy, Darius Leonard, got defensive rookie of the year. Bradley Chubb at 3. Huh? At 3? What did these guys do? Whatever. Not a bad first year. We'll just say not a bad first year, understanding that I wasn't expecting them to be competitive whatsoever and for Case Keenum to be a liability, and it was kind of the exact opposite. So let's go into year 2, knowing that it's not do or die to find our next quarterback, and let's go into the offseason. So as we complete the draft, we didn't bring anyone in via free agency. There wasn't a whole lot there, but we had a pretty good draft. In the first round at pick 15, all the quarterbacks were gone, so we went Dalton Reisner, right tackle from K-State. He will start as a rookie, 75. Quick, good strength, good run blocker, versatile, can play a lot of positions. Third round, we didn't have a second round pick for whatever reason. I don't know how that happened, but we got Bo Benchuel, another offensive lineman. We got Hakeem Butler, the big-bodied guy from Iowa State, 6'6", 225 with that 87 catch in traffic. This guy's a mismatch nightmare. And I can hear you guys right now screaming in the comments, move him to tight end, C4. We'll wait and see. We got Guy Fan from Wyoming, 72 defensive end, scheme fit. JoJo McIntosh on the 5th round from Washington, 68, but as a quick dev. We got a new starting punter, Mitch Wisnowski from Utah, 73. Then we just rounded out here. And actually shout out to Nick Fitzgerald with the quick dev as well from Mississippi State, becoming our new backup. So nothing too crazy, but I think we added a lot of key depth pieces to the offensive line in particular. And let's head into year number 2 with Case Keenum as our quarterback. I will say I was tempted in free agency to make this the rebuild that we give Teddy Bridgewater the shot. It just wasn't the time based upon how Case Keenum actually performed last year. Year 2 is upon us. Year 2 of the Case Keenum era to see what he could do for our team. Not a lot of changes on the offensive side. We're going with Dalton Risner, our first-round pick. We'll be starting at right tackle. Everything else pretty much stays the same. The biggest thing, obviously, as we saw at the end last year, was Daesean Hamilton getting that star dev, which hopefully will help our team out. For a 79 offense, our defense, much better. 85 overall defense. No real big changes to talk about here as well. Just more so hoping these guys continue to develop. Shaquille Barrett, Justin Simmons, Bradley Chubb, almost a 90 overall. Daesean Robinson, who we made the trade for from the Lions, is up to an 80. Garyon Conley, who also made a trade, is up to an 80. Tua Cravens, 80. So these guys are developing nicely, I think. But when all is said and done, we're going to be very, very good defense. We got that 100% scheme fit. So let's get rock and rolling, man, and be competitive here in year 2. Hopefully, Case Keenum keeps that high level of play for at least one more season. Most people know I'm not a big fan of Von Miller, but he has that 98. We do it for everyone when they get the 99. He actually started out, I think, as a 99. Then through the roster updates and all that nonsense, he fell down to where I think he should be. But I know there's a lot of Denver Bronco fans watching this video, and, I always like likes and stuff like that. So if you're a brand new fan of the channel, I'm a huge fan of Von Miller. I think that the amount of pure swag, I'm just going to give him the gloves here. I feel like the cleats are a little overkill. Von Miller got so much swag, man. He's such a baller, and shout out to him. Midway point of year 2, not nearly as good. 2-4 right now in the season. Okay, I'm going to assume that's because of our quarterback, Case Keenum. We gambled too much. We should have got a quarterback when we could. Even though we missed out on some of the draft, we could have got like a second-tier option, like Jarrett Stidham or something. But our team is still developing nicely. As we look at free agents, here's a big one. Chris Harris, we do not have a replacement. He fits in well with what we're trying to run. So if we can get him back on a 1-year deal, it's not too much to ask. Manuel Sanders, on the other hand, what is he? A 3-year deal. Can't get down with that. You're going to be 35. You're only going to regress. If it was a 1-year deal, I'd be more inclined. Justin Simmons, key part of our defense. Of course, he's going to bend us over. Derek Wolfe, we do not have a replacement for you in line, so we'll bring you back on a not great contract. Tua Cravens, you are a long-term starter in our secondary. Very nice. Daesean Robinson, didn't make that trade for you for no reason, dog. There we go. Yeah, we're probably getting Case Keenum with the star dev. Shout out to Case Keenum with the star. Did he earn that with us last year? I feel like he did, but he's not playing very well this season. So yeah, everyone outside of Justin Simmons will come back. Emmanuel Sanders, you're starting to get phased out, man. If we can get you on a 1-year deal, I would have done it. 3 years, too much. Year 2 finished off a little bit better than what we started, but still, 7-9. 7-9 is not what we want. One loss worse than we did last year. That's just the natural regression of Case Keenum and Garrett Bowles for whatever reason. With the confidence hit, come on. Looking at the season stats, Case Keenum again up there with the yards. It's not a terrible year, man. If you need, that's weird that his numbers are like. I just feel like now, knowing that that's the bar, Case Keenum is getting like top 5 in passing yards and not, like those kind of numbers. If we can land a rookie quarterback this year, we could expect similar numbers. For 44 yards, 4,400 yards, 28 touchdowns, 11 picks ain't bad. Again, the running attack, you just combine them, and it looks impressive for one guy. Emmanuel Sanders, nice year, even though we're not bringing him back. Very typical of Madden to have a guy in a contract year play better than he ever has. 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns. We got 950 and 7 from Hamilton, 885 and 3 from Sutton, almost 604 from Jake Butt. Defensively, Brandon Marshall led the team again with 123 tackles. We got 14.5 sacks, 10 TFLs from Bradley Chubb. Freak! 11 sacks from Von Miller, 9.5, 16 from Derek Wolfe, who we were able to re-sign. Getting great production here. And the turnovers still continue to be pretty disappointing, even though the guys we have playing in that secondary, Garyon Conley and Bradley Roby, are developing very nicely for us. Le'Veon Bell got himself an MVP award. In the AFC, Le'Veon Bell got Offensive Player of the Year. We had no one. Defensive Player of the Year went to Jadeveon Clowney. Brandon Marshall at number 5. Offensive Rookie of the Year went N'Keal Harry from the Colts. That's actually a guy I want to target. He's already up to an 89 overall. That's ridiculous. We had no one on the offensive side of the ball. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Deontay Thompson. We had no one. Ugh, come on, our offensive lineman, right? Show some love to the O-lineman. But yeah, we got some cash. We're looking for a new quarterback now. The Case Keenum Air, we're not going to re-sign him. So, we might want to draft one. I know there's like Tua Tagovailoa, Jake Fromm could be options. Or we can look at free agency with the occasional freak like Carson Wentz that sometimes is available. So free agency is here. And when I see Carson Wentz staring me in the face on an affordable deal, my head just goes, people in the comments, that's not realistic, Carson Wentz. So I'm just going to use this moment to look for feedback. If Carson Wentz comes available, should I sign them in a realistic rebuild? Because let's be honest, no realistic world does Carson Wentz become a free agent. But we desperately need a quarterback. I'm not going to do it this one because he is available, I'd say 1 and 2, 1 and 3 rebuild. So we will probably have another opportunity. But I just feel like I get Carson Wentz, people are going to start shitting on me. People are going to start shitting on me for getting Carson Wentz. So we'll use that for future rebuilds. I want to get you guys feedback when Wentz is there. Do I sign him or do I just avoid the free agents that are unrealistic to begin with in the first place? So that's kind of my question. But we got 3 ones here that could be awesome. Miles Jack at middle linebacker, Eric Ebron at tight end, and DJ Humphries at tackle. And with his size, I'm actually going to see maybe we can flex into a guard spot. So it'll be nice to land all 3 of these boys, especially because we're doing the honorable thing and not going right after Carson Wentz. Brutal! 2 rejections, and we got Eric Ebron. We got the guy I least wanted of the 3. Sick. Well, maybe good karma. Maybe it's just good karma because this is the time. We're getting Tua. Tua Tagovailoa is taking his talents to the mile high. 79 star. He's a beast, man. We've already seen a little bit of him, a sneak preview of him in the Toronto Huskies. But this is a whole nother monster here once we're in the realistic rebuild world, baby. Not a scheme fit whatsoever, but when you desperately need a quarterback, when you do an honorable thing by not signing Carson Wentz in free agency and expecting to get Miles Jack, and he rejects your offer, and you're trying to save face, you're trying to rebuild your ego, just going right at the bat and getting Tua Tagovailoa is how you do that. So look at our draft recap. After, selecting Tua Tagovailoa, how else could we add some depth? So we got Shaq Smith, 72, quick dev from Clemson to come and add some competition in the middle linebacker. We got Jeff Thomas, the burner from Miami. We got Richie Warsett, the fullback. We made a bunch of trades here because this middle round was not looking too appealing. And we just got some roster filler here at the bottom end. But it's the Tua draft. We have a new franchise quarterback. Let's go, man. Let's go. Now or never. We got to win now. A lot of these big key pieces on this defense aren't getting any younger. Let's win. Year 3 is here. Big one just for, the last 2 years. Because this is the first year that Tua Tagovailoa can establish himself as our starter. We have some skill position players that are going to help him out. Courtland Sutton, Daesean Hamilton. You got Hakeem Butler for the big body guy. We got Jeff Thomas, this burner out of the U, for some speed. Offensive line ain't bad. It's a work in progress, but Bowles, Paradis, and Risner are probably going to be our starters for the foreseeable future, probably for the entirety of this rebuild. So we're going to have to make it work. We got Eric Ebron, who came over via free agency. That's a big help there. Nice little safety net for Tua. Defense is up to an 87. Excellent defense. Bradley Chubb, 92. We got Chris Harris on a 1-year deal. Roby and Conley are both developing nicely. Simmons up to an 87. Shaquille Barrett, man, fringe 85. This guy here might be able to push for a 90 rating. I'm glad we didn't just throw him up on the trade block and expect a whole lot. We're going to make Shaq Smith actually our starting secondary linebacker because Braden Marshall's getting hit with regression pretty bad, and we got the quick dev that we want to utilize. But all in all, man, we had a good secondary. This is a really well-rounded team, and I just hope we have a good start with Tua Tagovailoa. And with that star dev that he's starting with, if we can get, a Rookie of the Year award, that might turn into a superstar, which is game over. That's 90-plus territory. So let's get into year 3. No real playoff ambitions this season, but, as close to 500 as we can get, I'll take it. We had some depth here in Will Parks. I re-signed him with the idea that we could flip him for a pick, and we had a great deal come up. Arizona Cardinals flipping for Mike Jackson, second-year player out of the U, 77. Just, adds more depth to our secondary, and more so gives us that cover after, because I only feel like this is going to be the one last year. We have Chris Harris because he's going to regress really badly. We pretty much shore up another spot there in the secondary for the future of this Broncos rebuild. Midway point of year 3, 3-3. It's not bad with a rookie quarterback. All things considered, we're still kind of in the hunt here for the AFC West, so I will take that. Look at contract negotiations. We do actually have a replacement for Chris Harris now, so we're fine there. But we do want Philip Lindsay to return, even though our running back attack hasn't been that great. It also hasn't been that bad as like a collaborative effort. Garrett Conley's actually developed nicely for us. Garrett Bowles, still a quick dev, even though he hasn't grown into an 80s. We'll make sure we can lock him down. I mean, McManus is a decent kicker. Might as well. We don't have a whole lot of salary cap. We're not going to have to worry about paying our quarterback big money. So that is always a help. Todd, that's not that bad for Todd Davis. He's still 28. He's serviceable. Oh, you want to bend me over, bud? Oh, okay. We don't need Jake Butt anymore because we got Eric Ebron. So, yeah, we'll try to renegotiate with Garrett Bowles, Todd Davis, and the rest of these guys. See ya. Here we are at season's end, and I thought I was like, oh, we didn't make the playoffs. Okay, kind of expected. No, we actually won the division, and at 10-6, got a first-round bye, which is ridiculous. I spent some XP on 2 key players that got special bonuses. Mr. Courtland Sutton made the Pro Bowl and got a star dev. And then we're looking at that defense. Remember I said Bradley Chubb could become at 99? Got that superstar dev boost, baby, making the Pro Bowl. And then, of course, we need to start with Tua Tagovailoa. I didn't see if he got a dev trait boost. But he has +3 skill points. And there you go. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Made the Pro Bowl. Hopefully he can be this. I mean, the sim is going to be a lot different than... we'll spend 2 on strong arm, 1 on his actual scheme fit. Sim's going to be a lot different than what we get in the Huskies experiment. Obviously, with the Huskies, we have already seen he's injured, so it's going to be tough for him to get those kind of awards. But at least we know that this is going to be maybe his upside. His potential will... Oh my God, we just spent 2 points, and he didn't go up any. Oh, trying to make him a scheme fit. He could have been an 88 or something like that, which kind of sucks. But at least we know what we have here in our franchise score. Look at that, 4,400 yards, 36 touchdowns, 15 picks. I'll take that all day long. Philip Lindsay and Freeman combined. Not bad, man. I'll take that for a 2-headed attack. On the receiver front, Courtland Sutton, big year, 89 catches, 1,100 yards, 8 TDs, 950 and 9 from Ebron, 650 and 4 from Daesean Hamilton, almost 1,012 from Hakeem Butler, the 6'6 monster out of Iowa State. Nice year from Philip Lindsay. On the defensive side, Chris Harris actually led the team in tackles for some reason. We got 12 sacks, 12 TFLs from Chubb, 10 and 12 from Von Miller, 8 and 8 from Ashawn Robinson, 7 and 7 from Shaquille Barrett, 9 and 7 from Derek Wolfe. Like, this defense is playing very, very well. 4 picks from Garyon Conley, 3 from Roby. We're starting to get more turnovers in the secondary too, which is phenomenal. Quick look here at the yearly awards. MVP went to Steven Montez, like the 3rd rounder out of Colorado, taking over for Carson Wentz. Okay. Tua coming in at 9. Did we get Coach of the Year? Vance Joseph. Shout out to Vance Joseph getting Coach of the Year. Kudos to him. AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Le'Veon Bell. Tua Tagovailoa coming at 7. Defensive Player of the Year went to Denzel Perryman. We had no one. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Tua Tagovailoa. Love seeing that. Richie Worship, our fullback. Nice. Coming in at 10. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Julian Blackman. Shaq Smith at 5. We'll take that just for a depth type role. But this year has definitely gone beyond expectations. Got that first round bye with the rookie quarterback. Woo-hoo! And then in the divisional round, we're going to be taking on the 8-8 Denver Broncos. Tua versus Baker. Let's get into it. All right. No real expectations. I mean, we didn't even think we were going to make the playoffs, so we're probably going to get crushed in this game. And, you know, at least it's popping the cherry. Popping the playoff cherry for Tua and for this entire franchise now, you know, in the Vance Joseph era. But 7-7, we're looking pretty competitive here in the first half. And there we go. We're not even settling for field goals. Putting on an effort here at the Mile High. You would have to say it's one of the better home field advantages in the National Football League. So you'd love to see them play as such. Oh, my God. Getting the job done. Is Tua a sim god? Am I making a mistake by not making the Huskies like a sim series? Because this is what Tua's going to be doing. I mean, might need to start using him more. And we're kind of mildly choking here a little bit. We've stalled, and if the Cleveland Browns and Baker Mayfield could get it... Oh, they're going to tie it up. Like, literally nothing was happening, and at the very end, of course, they would find a way to tie it up. Awesome. Come on. Win the game. There we go. We won the game. If we would have lost that game, I actually probably would have been very upset. Or at least as upset as I could get over a sim. Phil Lindsay almost 100 yards on almost 30 carries. Jesus. But Tua Tagovailoa in his debut playoff performance, 300 yards, 4 passing touchdowns on the day, outdueling Baker Mayfield as the Denver Broncos are into the AFC Championship game. All right, living the dream. I'm anything right now. It's house money. You know, we got what we wanted, and anything else is just the extra scoop of ice cream you didn't need. And it looks like, man, we're actually playing pretty good. Jumping out to a 2-touchdown lead here. Home field advantage is ringing true as they are moving the ball up and down the field here on the Tennessee Titans. Up 21-3 in the first half. As long as we don't choke it, we're going to a Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback. And I see some wacky things in the sim. It's far too early to call it. As you can see, they're starting to close in, and there's the tie ball game right away. But look, we're getting the tie, and we missed the extra point. I'll come in for one play, even though it's not like previous Maddens. Like I'd say way back in Madden 17, anytime I came in, it was a huge advantage for us. Not so much anymore because this is default sliders, and I'm garbage on default sliders. But we'll just see if we can keep this drive going here, which we can. And we almost get in field goal range on one play. I like what I'm seeing. I'm like what I see there. They make the field goal. 55 seconds left. Oh my God! Oh, they got it. They did it! Somehow Subway, Von Miller, and all that swag on defense. And Tua Tagovailoa almost 500 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. This is a rookie quarterback. Look at the numbers. Courtland Sutton, 11 catches, 135 yards. Daesean Hamilton, 12 catches, 124 yards. 69 rushing yards for Phillip Lindsay. Nice! As the Denver Broncos are going to the Super Bowl. Huh? Oh, Eric Ebron wide open. And on the opening drive, after the Rams went down the field and put up a field goal, 31-yard touchdown, Tua to Ebron. Let's go. You thought I wasn't going to play this? Thought it's because only year 3 I'm not going to play this? Yeah, right. We're building a dynasty over here. Oh, let's go, Ebron. How about Ebron? Run faster. Run faster. Big time game. Look at that. Perfect 5 of 5. Even though our defense is not doing a damn thing to stop the Rams, we get a chance to tie it up at 17.5. First goal on the 5. We got pretty much a basketball team out here. Every wide receiver is like at least 6'3". So let's actually see if we can find one. Hakeem Butler. There you go. Big 6'6" Iowa State beanstalk. Ties it up at half. Come on, Hakeem. Oh, my God, man. Hakeem Butler's a beast. I gotta remember to draft this guy more often. His stats aren't that great, but he's playing phenomenal. So we're up on the 1-yard line. You know what play we're gonna run. Phillip Lindsay with that 93 speed. I think his 93 acceleration is a perfect back. Watch Royce Freeman be in, because for whatever reason, they say this is a power play. Like a power back play. This is as speedy of a speed back play as you're going to get, but he goes in untouched because, you know, it works all the time. Oh, my God. 2nd and 1 in the red zone. And there we go to Hakeem Butler again. Hakeem Butler, this is a shootout. Neither defense can stop. It feels like whatever team's going to have the ball last is going to win. Broncos go up. Extra point pending, 31-24. Tua's been lethal. What a freak. As the clock strikes 0, we have done it. One of the most ridiculous scenes that has been seen in a realistic rebuild. Tua Tagovailoa, you'd assume probably will be the Heisman Trophy winner this year in real life. Already a national championship winner. As a rookie with the Denver Broncos, leads them to a Super Bowl. It's not like the Broncos that have a pretty good defense carried them. Tua led them like 400 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, multiple touchdowns per game, and outduels the overpowered Rams. Goff, Gurley, McVay, Donald, Peters in the Super Bowl. It's only year 3. It's only year 3, and boy, Sean McVay looked like a dinosaur. Huge day for Ebron, 209 yards on the day. I'd assume he'll get game ball, but yeah, this is something. We got a dynasty. We got 2 more years of Tua trying to light up the AFC, trying to light up the one NFC team in the playoffs that wants to try and stop them. But the tone has been set. Another successful rebuild in the books. As we see Eric Ebron's highlight reel here. As we get ready, everyone get up there. Who got the Courtland Sutton? Very nice, man. I love that. How something as simple as Super Bowl MVP is broken in this game and has been for years. It's too difficult to fix. But we're Super Bowl champions, baby. It's good, man. It's good to have another win. Good to have another win. We lost a bunch of rebuilds in a row, and we're still counting the now non-existent Bucs rebuild that we did last week that is no longer on the channel. It's going to go down in history as a forgotten rebuild. That was a win. This is another win as Tua hoists the Lombardi. Look at that. Can't wait to do that in the Huskies. But we're not here to do an outro. We still got 2 more years to try to build this Denver Broncos team into a dynasty. The work starts now. All right, so big thing in free agency. We brought in Taylor Moton as he was a right tackle. We're going to bring him in right guard. Matt Paradis was an 88 last year, And without that one confidence, he's an 80. He regressed 8 points in one season. Again, man, if we don't get XP, if we don't get like regression sliders and XP sliders that are fine-tuned to handle this in Madden 20, it's going to severely negatively affect franchise mode. But here's our draft recap. Pretty much just went best player available, to be completely honest with you. I'm not going to lie. You can guess when I start to sim out the draft, huh? First round, we got a 75 D tackle. Normal dev. Second round, 78 safety. I was just going best player available. Oscar McMahon out of Louisville, 78 quick. 72 center in the third round. 75 wide receiver, Leonard Phillips from Villanova. We got just another center trying to hit on a new starter there potentially. And then the fourth round, David Guyton. 75 star dev D tackle. Beautiful. Yeah, then we just simmed out the rest. So really good draft class. And we still got a whole lot of salary cap for one more big offseason if need be. But let's pop into year 4 and defend our Super Bowl title. So yeah, as we start year 4, not a lot of changes. Tua's up to an 89, Sutton's a 91, Hamilton an 88. Akeem Butler's only a 78. He played like a 98 during that Super Bowl game. Offensive line is all right. Ebron's 88. Defensively, 89 overall defense. Here's the dilemma. Do we go with Daesean Robinson, who's an 84 normal? He's solid. Or do we go with Guyton with that star dev and utilize that and hope to God, after this year, I feel like Guyton should be that guy, but, I mean, maybe if we make Daesean Robinson something here. We'll make Daesean Robinson the D tackle so he still gets utilized a lot there. That'll be the middle ground as we try to develop the youngster. Bradley Chubb on his way to getting his gold gloves at some point during this episode, I would assume. So yeah, our team's looking pretty good as we set on our sights to defend the crown. Midway point of year 4, 4-3. Not amazing, but we're still winning the AFC West, which I guess, silver linings. What I'm going to do here is because I would like to get Tua to just solidify how dominant he's been. Let's give him that QB boost. That nice little quarterback boost, see if we can get him to a 99. Just to replicate, and I feel like a perfect 99. Getting gold gloves for a dominant quarterback. It's only fitting. Look at our contracts. We got a whole lot of money, and we're going to have to throw a whole lot of it around. Bradley Chubb, imagine signing a guy that's a 98 in his prime for $47 million. That'd be great. And $27 million for Vaughn? Sure, Vaughn. Stick around. Let's win another one. Oh, okay. Courtland Sutton. Hey, buddy. Let's get you a stay. All right, thank you. Deshaun Hamilton, man. You the man, baby. You the man, Steve. Oh, come on. Bradley Roby. Hey, how's it going, dog? 1-year deal. Oh, you the man. Oh, fuck you then. Royce Freeman. Hey, man, Royce. You want to go buy another Rolls Royce? Here's an affordable deal. Thank you. All right, so that means Bradley Roby, Daesean Hamilton, and Von Miller. We're going to try to renegotiate their contracts and bring them back. Keep our core group of players, and still we're going to have enough money to flex in the offseason to maybe land a superstar or two. Says he's a 99, but now he's officially a 99. Bradley Chubb. I'm going to say that he achieved this because I told him that it was best in his interest to go to defensive end and not be a 275-pound outside linebacker. Doesn't really have coverage skills, and he has been utterly dominant and deserves every little bit that he's getting. I'm a big fan of Bradley Chubb. I like them coming out. I was a little bit worried about his 3-cone drill, the lack of burst off the edge, but he seems to be doing pretty all right IRL with the Broncos so far this year. I don't know if he's in the Defensive Rookie of the Year conversation just quite yet, but he's been Defensive Rookie of our hearts in this rebuild. As we get a whole bunch of XP, we'll just auto-spend that. We made the playoffs. We barely squeaked in, though, with a 10-6 record, which is still pretty impressive because usually Madden Sim goes, oh, you made this, you won the Super Bowl last year? Oh, you're going to be dog shit this year. So 10-6, Tua 4,300 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, 9 picks, not bad. Ooh, we actually got a lot of our running backs combined. That's a really good running back if you combine them. Courtland Sutton, 79 catches, 1,100 yards, 8 TDs. We got 1,009 from Akeem Butler. How's that guy? Only a 78 still. Defensively, Von Miller led. Von Miller. 88 tackles, 19 tackle loss, 17.5 sacks, and a pick. Baller. Oh, let's go, Bradley Chubb. 10 tackle loss, 20.5 sacks, and even Derek Wolfe had a respectable season there. 3 picks from Garyon Conley, which has actually been a baller trade for us long term. I don't even remember who we flipped over there, to be completely honest with you. There's a Gotsis. We said Gotsis or something like that. Whatever. Looks good. Yearly awards. Steven, this guy's a freak of nature. So if you ever use my draft class, maybe go ahead and get him. We had no one? Coach of the year? No one? What? Andrew Luck got Offensive Player of the Year. Tua coming in at number 6. Defensive Player of the Year went to Von Miller, clearly. Bradley Chubb at number 6. People fear our defense. So we're here in the playoffs. It's not as stressful because we already won the Super Bowl. So we're just going to, we're just going to sim it. We're just going to straight up sim this year because I'm so lackadaisical about it. So we're 10-6. And we with the dub 31-20 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we actually had a player of the week. Let's actually do that. I feel like we'll at least, if we get a player of the week, we'll show Tua. Tua went off 283 yards, 2 passing touchdowns. Very nice as they moved past the Jacksonville Jaguars 31-20. Now we got the 13-3 Colts, who your AFC finalist Colts, and they get skunked. They get stunk 35-14. We have another player of the week. Oh, surprise, surprise! It's that boy Tua Tagovailoa, 288 passing yards, 3 touchdowns in the 35-14 victory over the Indianapolis Colts. And here we are in the NFC Conference Championship, taking on the 13-3 Baker Mayfield Cleveland Browns. Can we keep the dream alive? And we do! 27-24. My God, Tua Tagovailoa is incredible. 28-43, 350 yards, and a passing touchdown. Got sacked 4 times, was able to persevere as they're going to the Super Bowl and taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh boy, battle of 10-6s. Let's get it. All right, we're just going to let the Super Sim. See if this team can win in the sim. They can win with me controlling. We have this one little extra year. Can they win with him? The sim. And they're going up against this Montez freak from Colorado. Okay. Okay, Tua, come on, Bo. Come on, bro. There we go. 10-7 ball game here. We're trying to get some points at the end of the half, which we don't. They actually... All right, this is a low battle game, man. Our defense is stepping up, kind of. But our team is struggling to get points on the board. But a 14-17 ball game now in the 4th quarter. Let's have that big momentum tied up at 17 apiece. We're at the 2-minute warning round then. We can win it with a touchdown. It's all in the hands of the team that just flexed on it. Let's go! And this defense with Miller and Bradley Chubb fall apart. We got, oh... Should we try to see if we can PA crosses ourselves to a 2nd Super Bowl? The cross just hasn't been working for me nearly as much. They must have patched it or something, but we'll try it. We got a couple opportunities here. We got all our timeouts, so we can probably have like 3 chances at a PA cross. We don't have the team built for it, though. We only have a whole lot of speed here. Let's see. Oh, my God. I forgot he's a lefty. Okay, whatever. Go one more time. We actually probably run it 2 more times. 2nd and 23 doesn't matter because this play works. It works once. But see, like what I'm saying is with the speed is that when the player gets wide open, I don't know if he has the breakaway speed to take it all the way to the house. And he's double covered, and we just pretty much throw it away. We got 2 seconds left. Okay, PA cross isn't working. Let's go back to the old school cheese. Let's run a 4 verts. We don't have a whole lot of speed, which is a little worrying. But we'll go. We got this. Come on. I mean, the only team that we probably could lose a Super Bowl to in a rebuild. I won't be upset. But they go in man-to-man coverage. Okay. Oh, my God. We got it with Sutton. Oh, my God. See, we had no speed. We had him beat. We had no speed to beat Darby. Darby, 92, 93 speed. Kudos to the Eagles, man. Kudos to the Eagles. They got the job done. Tua, another really good game. 300 yards, 3 touchdowns as we got to go back to the drawing board as we get to year 5 of this rebuild to try and win 2 Super Bowls in 1 rebuild. So, final year free agency period. We're going big on the offensive line. Mike McGlinchey, Connor Williams, and then filling out our linebacking depth with Nick Kwiatkowski. Would be big gets, especially more so on the offensive line. All right, we're able to get all 3 of those signings. The 2 offensive linemen, Williams, Mike McGlinchey, and Nick Kwiatkowski. And look at the draft. Not gonna lie, sim the whole draft. Made my short board up. See how well they followed it. So we got a 78 overall running back, star dev, Tyler Felder out of Florida State. Not very fast, but he's a power back. Good compliment to Lindsley. We got a 76 D tackle in the 2nd round, normal. Hampton out of East Carolina. 71 QB, 72 corner in the 4th round, James Malone. And then just garbage to finish out the draft. Well, the computer can only do so much. Good job, computer. All right, let's get into year 5. Our final year, our final chance to win 2 Super Bowls in 1 rebuild is here, and our offensive line is as strong as it's been this entire rebuild. We got Ebron, who's an 88. We got Sutton, 95. Hamilton, 91. And then Butler, who's been a monster, plays much better than that 82. Nice opposite at running back there. Tua's up to a 96 overall, 98 throw power. Oof. That's a bad man right there. That's a bad man. Maybe we could try to shoot to get the MVP award for him this year. 95 defense. Bradley Chubb, 99. Vaughn's a 94. Our linebacking, our inside middle linebackers aren't the greatest. Neither is our corners, but we have two 90s, two really good safeties. I mean, the fact that this has been one of our best teams and we don't even have a 99, it's pretty common in rebuilds for us to get a 99. I think we've got double 99 more than one time, and this has debatably been our most successful team, at least early success, and they're not flexing in terms of the overalls here. So, again, just more mystery, more mystique to how the sim actually works in this game. But, yeah, let's go ahead. Year 5, at least try to get in the Super Bowl, or the Super Bowl would be nice, but at least try to get into the playoffs for an opportunity at the Super Bowl. We did the deed. We did the deed. Winning the AFC West for the 3rd time. Getting back, get that first round bye. And what do we have here? What do we have here? Do we have a soon-to-be quarterback? I mean, he doesn't wear gloves, so he could probably just make his kicks unbelievably fire. Now it's no more confidence boost. It is a legit, no clickbait, 99 for Mr. Tua Tagovailoa. So let's just go ahead. Give him these very beautiful gold cleats like he very much deserves. But does Brady actually have these gold cleats in this game? That'd be pretty funny. Which ones look better? The high tops look more obnoxious, so we're going with those. And yeah, man, this is very dominant. Very dominant team. Very good. Very nice. Everyone performed fairly well, and we got the job done. Can't ask anything better than getting that first round bye. Look at our stats here. Tua, 4,300 passing yards, 38 touchdowns, 5 picks. Best performance that he's had for us so far in the Denver Broncos jersey. Again, pretty good running back attack, I guess, if you combine them all into one. Courtland Sutton, 83 catches, 1,100 yards, 7 TDs, 11 touchdowns. Daesean Hamilton, 1,000 yards, 8 TDs from Hakeem Butler. Nice. Oscar McMahon. Okay, good for you, bud. 15 sacks, 12 TFLs from Bradley Chubb, who's been a god. Nothing even short of a god in this rebuild. Turnovers look a little bit down, but still can't argue. And this Montes guy's a freak of nature. Okay. Tua coming in at number 4. So there goes us trying to win the MVP award with him. AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to O.J. Simpson's son, A.J. Simpson, with Tua coming in at number 2. Defensive Player of the Year went to Bradley Chubb. That's actually his first time he's won that award, so that's dope. Oscar McMahon. He's already up to a 91. This is a 78. I got to look at that guy's depth in just one sec. He was a 78. He didn't even start for us. He must have been like the money backer. He was. Just by being the money backer, Oscar McMahon with a quick dev. Look at that, man. With a quick dev. Jesus. Went to a 91 overall. Well, that might be one of the more ridiculous things I've ever seen. But I'm happy for him. I'm proud for him. We're year 5. We're in the Super Bowl. Did I just jinx it? We're on our way to the Super Bowl. Did I just jinx it again? First up, we got this divisional round game against our rival, Kansas City Chiefs, at Denver Broncos Stadium. Let's go. Why is it called Denver Broncos? Isn't it called the Mile High Stadium? Whatever. Get into the game. All right, Tua versus Mahomes. Definitely a big-time matchup. Hopefully Tua's the better of the two. So the Broncos get out to a 7-3 lead here in the second quarter. Kansas City gets a touchdown and go up 3. We're looking not to stall in the red zone. Thank you very much. 14-10. Quick scoring offense, so I don't think it's been long enough that all the fast guys on the Chiefs have slowed down because of their age. So they're still, this is peak performance Kansas City Chiefs. We just need to hope that somehow, some way, the sim replicates Andy Reid's terrible luck in any meaningful playoff game and gets the Denver Broncos on to the next round, on to the AFC Championship. So we get a 4-point lead. We nail the field goal, so 50 seconds, no timeouts for Kansas City. What are the odds that they get a touchdown and tie it up? About 90%. Oh, they didn't! They got very close, though. They got into the red zone with no timeouts. And luckily enough, Bradley Chubb and company was able to get the job done as Tua Tagovailoa outduels Patrick Mahomes. 345 yards, 3 touchdowns on the day as the Denver Broncos are heading back to the AFC Championship game. All right, here we are against the Baltimore Ravens, which I want to say it's Tua versus Lamar Jackson, but for whatever reason, the Ravens always trade Lamar Jackson. So we're going to go on the assumption that it's just a good Baltimore Ravens team that only can score a safety in the first half. Oh, there they go. Got a little bit of touchdown here. But oh man, I think the Broncos are just going to be too much. This horse is kicking the shit out of the purple bird. 24-9 right now. I mean, Tua's just just a playoff performer. And again, what can we take from this for the Toronto Huskies is that this is the same Tua. It's the same draft class. So get this boy into the playoffs. You never know what kind of run he's going to go on. He's a playoff performer as the Denver Broncos outlast the Baltimore Ravens 38-30 and move on to the third straight Super Bowl. My God, hey, Lamar went off. Good game from Lamar Jackson, but Tua not shady as well. 345 yards and a touchdown. Philip Lindsay over 100 yards on the ground as the Denver Broncos are going to take on the winner of the Saints and Falcons in the Super Bowl. All right, I don't know what quarterback they have right now. I think they actually have Justin Herbert. So the battle of maybe the two best quarterbacks in college football right now as the Denver Broncos jump out to a 10-7 lead in the first quarter. And they are moving the ball here, but unfortunately had to settle in the red zone for a field goal, which is never what you want to see, especially in the sim. That seems to become a common occurrence. But it's looking good right now, 2013 as the third quarter. Looks like a defensive battle. Teams having to just punt away as Denver Broncos extend their lead, 7 points into the fourth quarter. Come on, punching it for it. Oh, my God, we're selling for field goals. We got a 10-point lead. It looks like they just turned it over in the red zone, and we're going to get our second Super Bowl. As we do. Perfect. Couldn't ask for a better ending. They're the most success. What? Okay, first of all, what uniforms are we wearing right there? White with orange? Ew. Gross. How tacky. But we got the dub. Oh, my God, those are ugly uniforms. But it worked. It was so ugly it worked. It distracted everyone. Like a shiny object to a crow, orange pants are to a Saint. My God. The Saints went crashing to the ground like Dez Bryant after he tore his Achilles during practice, and it's just a shame. You hate to see it, but that is 2 Super Bowls in one rebuild with the Denver Broncos as Bradley Chubb got himself a Super Bowl MVP, a la the man that he is pretty much going to be taking the reins as the face of this defense. Mr. Von Miller did against the who'd they beat that year? The Carolina Panthers. Oh yeah, because Cam Newton can't fall on the fumble. Oh, Panther fans, cry some more. But I hope you guys did enjoy this as Denver Bronco fans, because there's a chance, there's a legit shot that this was, taking a quick look into the future and seeing Tua Tagovailoa potentially as the Denver Broncos' future starter. As always, if you guys enjoyed this rebuild and it's your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. Leave a comment in the comment section below about what team you want to see next weekend on the Realistic Rebuilds. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.
Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit when you talking and talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game, like who are you stopping? Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. I'm way too clever. Look at the kid, Mr. Consistent, I'm doing it big. Way too persistent on taking your bitch. Here comes a monster to scare all you kids.